hidden factories, ghost ships, and billions in blood money. A drug syndicate thought they were gods. But when Navy SEALs and FBI SWAT hit them on land and sea at the exact same second, their empire crumbled. How did U.S. intelligence crack the code to orchestrate this flawless two-front war? On October 11, 2025, under the cover of a moonless Caribbean night, the U.S. Navy and FBI launched a devastating joint operation that would shatter one of the world's most sophisticated drug empires. The target, a $5 billion methamphetamine syndicate operating out of hidden factories in Colombia and Venezuela, flooding the Americas with ultra-pure meth and cocaine. This wasn't some ragtag cartel hiding in the jungles. It was a corporate-level operation, complete with industrial-scale labs, encrypted shipping routes, and billions in laundered cash fueling terrorism and corruption. For years, the syndicate had evaded detection, smuggling thousands of pounds every 3 weeks through a web of ghost ships and corrupt ports. But on this night, American intelligence had finally cracked their code. Using advanced P-8 Poseidon maritime patrol aircraft and Arleigh Burke-class destroyers equipped with SPY-1 radars, the U.S. Navy had been shadowing their movements for weeks. Coordinated with FBI special agents and Colombia's national police, the operation exposed a secret factory in Envigado, Colombia, a sprawling complex disguised as a legitimate chemical plant, churning out meth with purity levels exceeding 98%. The value was staggering. Each shipment generated hundreds of millions in street value, enough to buy off entire governments. But arrogance breeds mistakes. The syndicate thought their Venezuelan alliances and Caribbean smuggling lanes made them untouchable. They were wrong. As the clock ticked toward dawn, the joint task force closed in, turning international waters into a battlefield. How did the U.S. Navy and FBI coordinate such a precise strike? How did they turn a routine surveillance op into a high-seas takedown that saved countless lives? I will show you the truth right now. October 11th, 2025, 2:45 a.m. The humid air over Envigado, Colombia, hung heavy with the scent of rain-soaked earth and chemical fumes. Deep in the industrial outskirts, a nondescript warehouse complex buzzed with illicit activity. Outwardly, it posed as a fertilizer manufacturer, but beneath the facade lay the heart of a $5 billion meth syndicate. Massive vats hummed, processing precursor chemicals into crystal methamphetamine of terrifying purity. Armed guards patrolled the perimeter, AK-47s slung over their shoulders, while chemists in hazmat suits monitored batches worth millions. The operation spanned Colombia and Venezuela, with ties to corrupt officials ensuring smooth transit. Every 3 weeks, a convoy of disguised cargo vessels slipped out from Venezuelan ports, carrying 4,000 pounds of meth hidden in shipping containers bound for Miami, New York, and beyond. The cash flow was endless, hundreds of millions per run, funneled back to fund weapons, bribes, and human trafficking networks. For the syndicate's leaders, men like the shadowy Venezuelan financier known only as El Jefe, this was big business, not street crime. They operated like a multinational corporation with encrypted communications and private jets. But unknown to them, the noose was tightening. High above, a U.S. Navy P-8 Poseidon aircraft circled at 35,000 feet, its electro-optical sensors piercing the night. Launched from a forward base in Panama, the Poseidon had been on station for 12 hours, relaying real-time imagery to a joint command center in Miami. FBI analysts there cross-referenced data with signals intelligence from NSA intercepts, painting a picture of the syndicate's entire network. The breakthrough came 3 days earlier when a Colombian informant tipped off the national police about the Envigado factory. FBI special agents, embedded with Colombian forces, confirmed the intel through ground surveillance. Drones equipped with thermal imaging revealed heat signatures from the labs, unmistakable signs of chemical production. The numbers were jaw-dropping. 20 tons of meth produced monthly, valued at $5 billion annually on the global market. This wasn't just drugs. It was an empire poisoning communities across the hemisphere. In Washington, the decision was made. Operation Tidal Surge would strike simultaneously on land and sea. The U.S. Navy's role was critical, intercepting the syndicate's floating assets in the Caribbean while FBI-led teams raided the factories. Aboard the USS Spruance, an Arleigh Burke-class destroyer patrolling 150 nautical miles off Colombia's coast. Captain Elena Vargas reviewed the tactical display. Her ship, armed with Tomahawk missiles and MH-60R helicopters, was the tip of the spear. "This ends tonight," she said to her bridge crew, her voice steady with the confidence of American naval tradition. The syndicate had no idea that their untouchable operation was about to face the full might of the world's premier fighting force. Do you think a drug empire this massive could evade justice forever? The answer was about to unfold in fire and fury. At 3:15 a.m., the land phase ignited. In Envigado, 150 FBI special agents and Colombian National Police commandos stormed the factory gates. Breaching charges exploded against reinforced doors, shattering the night. Flashbangs lit the interior like daylight as teams poured in. Suppressed MP5 submachine guns sweeping rooms. Cartel guards, caught off guard, opened fire with frantic bursts from their AK-47s. Bullets ricocheted off concrete walls, but the assault teams moved with surgical precision. In the main lab, a squad of 12 agents cleared the space in under 60 seconds, neutralizing 4 armed enforcers with double-tap headshots. "Clear!" echoed through the halls as zip ties snapped around wrists. The haul was immense. 2,500 pounds of finished methamphetamine stacked in barrels, precursor chemicals worth $150 million, and ledgers detailing shipments to Venezuelan ports. But the real prize was the command center, a room filled with servers and encrypted laptops. FBI cyber experts cracked them on site, revealing bank accounts holding $300 million in frozen assets. Gunfire crackled sporadically as pockets of resistance held out, but Colombian SWAT teams flushed them with tear gas. By 3:45 of Bunyan, the factory was secured, with 45 cartel members captured, including 2 mid-level bosses. Casualties were minimal, 3 agents wounded by shrapnel, none fatal. The syndicate's land operations were crippled, but the sea phase was just beginning. Out in the Caribbean, 200 nautical miles northeast, the USS Spruance's radar painted a suspicious contact, a 5,000-ton cargo ship, the MV Libertad, registered in Panama but flying Venezuelan colors. Intelligence confirmed it was the syndicate's flagship smuggler, loaded with 4,000 pounds of meth destined for a handover. At 4:02 a.m., Captain Vargas gave the order. 2 MH-60R Seahawk helicopters lifted off the destroyer's deck, rotors thumping against the wind. Each carried a team of 8 U.S. Navy SEALs, armed with M4 carbines and night vision goggles. The ship accelerated to 30 knots, closing the gap. Aboard the Libertad, cartel crews scrambled as spotlights pierced the darkness. "U.S. Navy vessel, heave to and prepare to be boarded," boomed the warning over loudspeakers. Panic ensued. Armed smugglers manned, 50 caliber machine guns on deck, firing wildly into the night. Tracers arced harmlessly past the helicopters as SEALs fast roped onto the vessel. The first team hit the bridge, stun grenades detonating in flashes of light and sound. 3 guards fell in seconds, suppressed fire cutting them down. Below decks, in the cargo hold, SEALs breached hidden compartments, uncovering pallets of methamphetamine disguised as coffee beans. The value, $400 million street price. Resistance was fierce. A firefight in the engine room left 2 SEALs grazed by bullets, but they pressed on, securing the ship in 12 minutes. Meanwhile, Colombian Coast Guard cutters arrived, their 76mm guns trained on the vessel for support. The takedown escalated when a second Syndicate boat, a fast, go-fast vessel, roared in from the east, attempting a rescue. Loaded with armed reinforcements, it skimmed the waves at 50 knots. The USS Spruance's 5-inch gun barked once, a warning shot sending water erupting skyward. Undeterred, the boat opened fire with RPGs. One rocket streaked toward the destroyer, but the Phalanx CIWS Gatling gun shredded it mid-air, raining debris into the sea. SEALs from the second helicopter rappelled aboard, turning the deck into a close-quarters battle. Knives flashed, suppressed shots echoed, 6 cartel fighters dead. The boat captured. By 4:30 a.m., the sea operation was locked down. The Syndicate's entire smuggling fleet, 3 vessels in total, was seized, along with 4,500 pounds of meth and cocaine. Back on land, simultaneous raids in Venezuela netted another $200 million in assets. The coordination was flawless. Navy drones provided overwatch. FBI intel guided every move. But the cost was real. 5 agents and SEALs injured. A reminder of the dangers. The Syndicate thought they were invincible. Instead, they'd just been annihilated by American resolve. By 6 May, on October 11th, 2025, the Caribbean dawn revealed the wreckage of a fallen empire. Operation Tidal Surge had dismantled the $5 billion Meth Syndicate in a single night, on land. The Envigado factory lay in ruins, its labs sealed and evidence cataloged. FBI teams uncovered financial ledgers linking the operation to global networks, freezing $500 million in offshore accounts in the sea. The captured vessels bobbed under guard, their holds emptied of poison that could have destroyed thousands of lives. Total seizures, 8,500 pounds of methamphetamine and cocaine, enough to flood the U.S. market with 75 million doses worth $1.2 billion. 120 cartel members arrested, including El Jefe himself, dragged from a Venezuelan safe house in handcuffs. The human toll was victory's price. 5 American and Colombian operatives injured, but all expected to recover, their bravery etched into history. For the Syndicate, it was utter humiliation. What they built over years, industrial labs, smuggling fleets, corrupt alliances, crumbled in hours against the unyielding force of U.S. Navy precision and FBI intelligence. This wasn't just a bust. It was a message to every drug lord watching. The war on drugs had evolved, and America was winning. Secretary of Homeland Security Alejandro Mayorkas addressed the press later that day. This operation proves that no cartel is beyond our reach. We will hunt them on land, at sea, and in the shadows. The fallout rippled globally. Colombian streets saw fewer overdoses. Venezuelan corruption probes intensified. For families ravaged by meth, this was justice. But the battle isn't over. Syndicates adapt, shifting to new tactics. Yet, as the sun rose over the secured ships, one truth stood clear. When America unites its forces, evil empires fall. Now, I turn the question to you. Do you believe operations like this can finally turn the tide against drug syndicates, or will new ones rise from the ashes? Share your thoughts in the comments below. If you value in-depth analysis like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell so you never miss the next story of justice prevailing.